Sometimes hearing something very familiar in a new way is really helpful. I came across an idea like that based around the story of the Good Samaritan, and I can't stop thinking about it, so I'm sharing it with you today. You'll remember that Jesus told the story of the Good Samaritan to encourage us to be good neighbors to one another. Someone had asked him, "Who is my neighbor? Who do I need to look after?" So Jesus told this story. We find it in Luke chapter 10, verse 30. The story goes like this. A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho when he fell into the hands of robbers. They stripped him of his clothes, beat him, and went away, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down the same road, and when he saw the man, he passed by on the other side. So too a Levite came to the place and saw him, but passed by on the other side. But a Samaritan, and the Jews didn't like the Samaritans. This would have been the guy they would have thought would have done nothing. But Jesus says, but a Samaritan, as he traveled, came to where the man was. And when he saw him, he took pity on him. He went to him and bandaged his wounds, pouring on oil and wine. Then he put the man on his own donkey and took him to an inn and took care of him. The next day he took out 2 silver coins and gave them to the innkeeper and said, "Look after him, and when I return, I will reimburse you for any extra expense you may have." When Jesus gets done telling this story, he says, "Who was the neighbor to the man who was injured?" And everybody says, well, the Samaritan was. He was the good neighbor because he looked after the man. And that's the point of the story. That's the reason Jesus told that story. There's no debate about that. But in the 4th century, a man by the name of Augustine of Hippo looked at it a little bit differently. He started looking at this story and wondered, what would it be like if we weren't supposed to be the Samaritan, if we were supposed to be someone else? And his suggestion was, maybe we're the innkeeper. You'll remember in the story that the Samaritan takes the injured man to the innkeeper. And he brings the man to him and then pays the innkeeper to look after him. And here was Augustine's point. Augustine said, what if Jesus is the Samaritan and we're the innkeepers? And our job is to take the people Jesus brings to us and help them with the things Jesus has given us. In the story, the Samaritan brought the man and gave the resources to look after him. And Augustine said, I think that's the way the gospel works. I think that's the way spiritual things work. We take the people God brings to us, and then we look after them with the blessings God has given us. You are the innkeeper. Now again, that wasn't Jesus' point when he told the story, but it's not an unbiblical principle. It's not an unbiblical way to see it. In fact, that's actually the truth. We don't make anything happen. We simply are supposed to be taking the people Jesus brings to us and helping them with the things Jesus has given us. That's our role. We are the innkeeper. So my encouragement to you today is simply this, to look around and ask yourself, who is Jesus bringing me? And to look around and ask yourself, what do I have that I can use to help bless others? In doing so, not only will you be a good neighbor, you will be bringing the gospel to people. Our job is to be a good innkeeper.